No matter what my plans, no matter how much I plan ahead, I'm always running late when it comes to writing retreats. You want a miracle to happen? What's the miracle?
The miracle is finish your book and then come all the way back home and give me a hug.
I love you. You gonna miss me?
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna miss you.
It's not nice.
Well, it's good if you don't miss me.
Still all over the place.
Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking.
Okay, I am in my new home for the next 3 nights. I'm going to give you a quick tour, even though I know you won't see this part of it, just for my own safety. I'll show it in my main vlog in a few days, but let's take a look at this whole place. So I am in the DIAIRES lofts, which is just 2 miles away from all the Magnolia goodness that I'm hopefully going to show you all. Some cool kind of artwork here, high ceilings that are cement. And then we have, I took this as a sign. There's a typewriter here with some quotes and other things, a bear with glasses. That's so cute. And then over here to the left, there's just this sort of barn door with a nice king bed. Look how high these ceilings are. It's just crazy. There is a washer and dryer over there too. And a nice John Lennon quote on the wall with the clarinet. Did you play an instrument in high school or college? I played piano, organ, and flute, and saxophone, tenor sax. So very cute stuff. So then here is the main room of the loft. This building is a historic building. There's lots of information to read about this particular building. I think it was like homes for people that worked for this company for a long time, or I'm not sure. I could have to look it up, but they were renovated and turned into these sort of 1-bedroom lofts, a lot of them. And so there were a lot of different units for rent here, but they're so nicely decorated. I love this subway tile here. I have a lot of this same kind of design in my home, so I love it. And just really high, nice ceilings, beautiful, original brickwork, and I love it. So this is where I will be camped out, is at this bar a lot of the time, or over on the couch area, or maybe in that chair. Or there is also a bookshop next door called Fabled Bookstore, and I'm excited to go in there. And just a little bit of a walk out here with sort of an industrial city view here. Now, across the street from this building is the Dr. Pepper Museum, which supposedly is haunted, by the way, and you can do a haunted or paranormal tour, which I don't know that I will get to. There is a Murphy bed here as well for anybody that has more people staying, and then a large Elvis Presley mugshot, I guess, here. So this is the spot. Hello. So I am at my official Airbnb. I am very excited to be here. Want to know where I am? I have come to Waco, Texas. So Waco is a little over an hour away from my home, so it was an easy place to get to. And it's such a cool city, and I have never had a chance to really come and explore the Magnolia, Chip and Joanna Gaines stuff. So I thought it would be fun to bring you along to go a little bit of Christmas shopping in the silos, head out to the Magnolia Bakery, the Magnolia Coffee Shop. So I think it'll be a really fun trip. I can show you my setup, and we can talk a little bit about what my goals are for while I'm here. So one thing I didn't anticipate is the lighting. So I might have been better off bringing a light with me, but you'll just have to excuse a little bit of darkness. Not ideal lighting while I'm on the road, but this is how I have everything set up. I did bring a lot, so bringing a light might have been a little extra, but I have my plotting notebook here, as well as my other journaling. I have my index cards, my Soundcore Q35 Bluetooth headphones. I love these. I'm obsessed with them. I brought my own Stanley Cup just so I could just keep the water coming. I also brought my 10, 20, and 30K rewards. The 30K might be a stretch, but I fully intend to hit the 10K since I'm already at 5. I might even hit that tonight. And then I definitely will hit the 20K before I leave. I'm thinking positively. I brought my laptop, which is a Samsung Galaxy Book 2. I love this. It is the 360, so it does turn all the way into a tablet. And then I have the Samsung S Pen Pro, which writes on this as well, similar to kind of how an iPad and an iPad Pencil or Apple Pencil work. And then I have my setup from home. I decided that I would probably get more done if I would go ahead and bring this with me instead of using the smaller keyboard on the laptop. A lot of times when I'm using any brand of laptop, my hands will rest on this. And I know you can disable a trackpad, but I don't always have a mouse with me. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to use this keyboard because it's like my fingers just fly over it and it's cute and aesthetic. And so I brought it as well as my mouse and my mouse pad. I also brought some of my favorite crystals. So this citrine is truly one of my favorites. It also matches my keyboard here. Amethyst, rose quartz in raw, as well as a smoky quartz. I have my little Hello Kitty that was carved from green aventurine. I got that in North Carolina. I also have a tiger's eye for grounding and a sunstone as well over here, and brought a little bit of washi tape. I brought a roll-on and I brought a little home protection oil that always makes me feel a little bit safer. Then I have my Erin Condren pen case that I just recently got with an extra little charger in here. And then this is where I had some of these things. I did bring an extra external drive too, as well as this little connector here that allowed me to connect up my mouse and my keyboard. So this is my setup, and I am hoping to really just get so many words. And the air conditioning you heard probably just kick off. It is pretty loud as well. So we're in less than ideal conditions for the vlog, but hopefully extremely ideal conditions for the writing. So I'm going to get started and I'm pretty excited. I ordered dinner from Uber Eats, just got a burger with no bun and some veggies on the side. And then I also ordered groceries from Instacart, and those should be here really soon. And that will set me up pretty much for the rest of the next couple of days. I got just some basics like eggs for breakfast, avocados, just some different things like that. And I'm hoping that that is going to be a really good breakfast and lunch dinner for me. Coffee, waters, different kind of things like that. I can show you my fridge and what I ordered in a few when it gets here. But I am nervous, but also ready to go. So let's talk goals. One of the best ways that I have found to set goals during this type of event is to try to figure up my schedule and how many writing sprints I think I can get in. So typically I work in task blocks. If you've taken HB90, you're well familiar with this, but it's basically Pomodoros, 25 minutes of work with a 5-minute break. And then every fourth break, you take a longer break. And I like to do that when I'm on these retreats and really keep it going as much as possible with a timer, because if I take too long of a break, sometimes it's hard to get my momentum back. So I try to stay pretty strict with 30-minute chunks. If I find that I'm in a really good flow, I'll just go for a full hour and then take a longer break after a couple of sprints like that. But what I like to do is kind of get settled, get all my stuff unpacked, and then I'll look at the clock and say, okay, my groceries should be here soon. I'll probably get everything unpacked and get ready to go by 7:30 tonight. So I can just look at that and think, how late do I want to work? So 7:30 to 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. Let's work till 11:30. That's 4 hours. So technically that's 8 task blocks or 8 30 minutes because you have 2 30 minutes in an hour, but I'm not going to work all of that. Some of that I will take breaks. So I'll have a 5-minute break for each one of those task blocks, and then I'll have a longer break during one of them. So instead of 8, I'm going to plan for 7 full task blocks or 7 full sprints tonight. I write an average of about 650 to 750 words per sprint. So I can't do that math in my head. So I have to grab my phone and say 7 sprints times 750 words. So that's 5,250 words. Now I am just shy of 5,000 words short of 10,000. So I'm just over 5,000 words total. So I think what I'll do tonight is I'll aim for whatever that amount is that gets me to 10K. And that'll be an amazing first day. It'll be about 4,500 words or so tonight. And then tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll sit down in the morning, depending on when I get up, because I might just allow myself to rest as long as I need to. It is rare as a mom that I get away like this and I get to enjoy this time to myself. Evie was up at 5:45 this morning because the time changed and she's on her own internal clock. So I did not get much sleep last night, only about 5 hours. So I'm just going to work tonight until about midnight and then let myself rest as late as I want to. I might even do a little bit of reading in the morning. And then once I get moving and I've had breakfast, I'll sit down and make my plan for tomorrow based on when I'm ready to get started writing. I'm guesstimating that I will do something around 15 writing sprints tomorrow, between 15 and 20. And so let's say I do 15, that'll be about double. So it should be about 10,000 words or a little more. That would be 11,250 words. That might be my goal tomorrow, is 10,000 words. If I could do 5,000 tonight, 10,000 tomorrow, and 10,000 the next day, that would be 25,000 words for this writing retreat. And I would feel extremely excited about that because I think my book would be very close to done, if not done. And I'll have massive momentum. So that's kind of how I set my goals, is looking at the schedule, determining how many sprints, multiplying the number of sprints by my average word count. And there I have my goal. I am always someone, if you didn't know, who loves to set goals because it helps me to focus in on what I'm trying to accomplish and make sure that I'm, laser focused in, that I'm heading towards that outcome that I'm hoping to achieve. Not everybody works like this. You might work better at a writing retreat just allowing yourself to rest and write when you feel like it and write in long swaths with no breaks. And whatever you choose to do is the right way for you. But I'm just giving you one example of how it works for me. And maybe next time you can give yourself a treat of going away on a writing retreat. It would be so fun to be able to do this with a group. So maybe someday our Hardy's writing retreat will happen. So I'm still working on it. All right. So I'm going to wait for my groceries, or I think I'm going to sprint until my groceries arrive, and then I'll take my first break. So let the Write-a-palooza commence.
I can think this was never meant to happen. You and me, you and me. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it, baby.
Finally got my first sprint in, and it's over 1,018. I am feeling very good about this number.
Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking.
You guys are going to see me start to look more and more like death as the 3 days go on. So I have gotten 3 full writing sprints done since I got here. It is now 10:19 and I feel like I'm starting to crash, probably because I was up at 5:45 with a child who has no idea about daylight savings time and doesn't go by a normal clock. So I got 1,018 words my first sprint. I got 616 my second sprint, and 961 my third sprint. So I'm at 2595 for the day, and I am at 8219 total for Nano. I'm going to push through and get another 1,800 words so I can open this first little reward for my 10K, and I can start the day tomorrow 10K in. I also got a ton of stuff edited. So I am at 44,371 in my manuscript. It's not completely the last edit. There's going to be another one for consistency and a few scenes that aren't exactly the way I want them. But sometimes we just have to push through and focus on what needs to get done today and leave those other problems for a future version of ourselves. So let's keep on keeping on. Even though I'm tired, I was kind of dancing around a little bit, did some stretches, but my nose is getting more and more congested, and I didn't bring anything for congestion. So we're just going to hope that that goes away. But I'm excited to be here. I just don't want to push myself too hard the first night because I've got 2 full days after this that I want to do a really good job of writing. So at least 2 more sprints. Let's go.
You and me, I can think this was never meant to happen. You and me, I can't help it.
Yay, 2 more sprints and I made it past 10K. So I'm gonna open this puppy or kitty, 10,842. First reward. I love these little Hello Kitty Tokidokis. They're so cute. And I don't have any of these, so I know I'm not getting a repeat because I don't have any. Oh, I got the Hello Kitty. Yay, so perfect. So there's Hello Kitty, My Melody, Choco Cat, Bats Maru, Kuropi, Tuxedo Sam, Pum Pumper, and Kuromi Cinnamoroll, and Little Twin Stars. And the Cinnamoroll little Mufia is the chaser. But out of all of them, I mean, the one I would want most is this one. And I'm so stinking excited that that's the very first one. I will take that as a sign that everything is going well. So that is my first day of the writing retreat, 5,200 words. We go day 2 of my writing retreat in Waco. So I didn't get up until about 8:30 this morning, which felt very luxurious and abundant. And I got some coffee, made breakfast, worked on some admin stuff. Then I started trying to edit a vlog for yesterday. I was just going to do something simple. Computer was not having it. So I just pivoted, recorded another update. But here we are. It is 12:30 and I have a meeting at 1 that I don't want to miss with my Accelerate Mastermind group. So I think I'm just going to hold off on the writing until 2 p.m., which when you think about having an all-day writing retreat feels a little bit late. But what I'm going to do, I sat down last night and I made a plan for what I'm going to do today in terms of sprints. And that plan got messed up, but I love to have goals. So I'm going to sit down now and I'm going to make a brief plan for today. I think what I'm going to do is go to my meeting or eat lunch, go to my meeting. Then I'm going to head out to Magnolia coffee shop, Magnolia Press, and spend as much time there as I'm able to, depending on how busy it is. I've heard it can be quite busy sometimes, and just really enjoy Waco, walk around a little bit, just have a good time and get as many words as I can before dinner. And I'm just going to use that whole time between like 2 p.m. and 7 p.m., about 5 hours, to try to get 8 or 9 writing sprints in. I would love to get 15 or so today, 15 or 16, but that's 8 full hours of writing. And we're going to see if I can do it, even if I don't start till 2 p.m. But the good news is I tend to be a night owl writer anyway. And so this gives me a chance to do it without worrying about the kids. So I'm just going to lean into that and have some fun. So let's have a great day in Waco. It's going to be awesome. Okay, I am back at the Airbnb. I just took a little bit of a break and watched an episode of Wednesday on Netflix, and now I'm going to get back to writing. So I had a really successful writing session at Magnolia, and it was just so beautiful. And I think this is the perfect time of year to come. I don't know if they just always have twinkly lights up or if that is just for Christmas type vibes, but it was gorgeous. I feel a little bit cold, so I'm just sitting here with a blanket. I don't want to sit too low, but I got 4,799 words at the Magnolia Press coffee shop, and I only wrote 4 sprints. So that is an average of almost 1,200 words per sprint, which is excellent. But I also find that when I'm in this place of like, I want to make the most of this, and that has its own pressure. And I've got people waiting for this book, which is an amazing place to be in. But I have this pressure of like, I really want this book out in 2023. And so I'm trying to get it to flow out of me as fast as possible. I keep butting up against this wall of like, I want it to be perfect the first time through, because this is all rewrites. And so as I'm exploring this new part of the story, I'm frustrated with myself that it's not perfect because I want it to come fast, right? And if it's not perfect or it's not exactly right, that means I have to then leave this weekend and go edit it, which is what writers do. But in my own mental sort of gymnastics here, I keep trying to make it perfect, feeling frustrated when it's not as good as I want it to be, because I feel this time pressure of not only making the most out of these few days, but also trying to get the book finished so that I can work on something different this month, so that I can get it done, so that I can get this out to fans, and all these other things. And so I find that it's a constant back and forth in my mind of whenever I feel that pressure of like a scene isn't coming together, or the words aren't flowing exactly right, or I have a decision to make, but I know it's going to take too long to make it, and I just want the words to keep coming. I have to take a deep breath and just sometimes even in the document itself, I will leave a little note for myself. I'll just do XX so I know I can find it later and delete it or whatever. I'll just leave myself a little note of encouragement that's like, you've got this, Sarah. It doesn't have to be perfect. All you need is words. So just keep getting words on the page. You're doing a great job. You can't fix a blank page, but you can fix a bad page, an edited page. Like you can figure this out when you get to edit. So deep breaths, keep moving forward, keep moving forward. And especially when I start to get fatigued, which is probably going to happen here at night, I just have to remind myself, like, it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to rush it. It doesn't have to come fast. If I stopped right now at 4,700 words for the day, that would still be more than my normal day, and it would still be worth it to get the rest. But sometimes when we're in this hustle and bustle of gotta publish faster, gotta please other people, gotta, get this money, gotta make these sales, gotta, not let myself down. There's all these things wrapped up in the pressure of being an author. For many of us, it's like, I just want to finish this book. If you haven't finished your first book yet, it's this idea of like, I've wanted to be a writer for so long and I just want to follow through. I just want to stop letting myself down. So whatever that pressure is for you, when you come across it and you're writing, just take a deep breath and have a conversation with that part of you that feels rushed and scared, and just say, it's going to be okay. You're doing great. And then start focusing on the positives. Wow, that's 4,000 words, 5,000 words in just 2 hours. Like, that's incredible. That's unheard of. Just keep going. And even if your numbers aren't that, just look for the things that are positive. Like, you actually sat down and wrote today. You actually got a new scene in, and focus on the positives, because if we let it run rampant, our negative thoughts will become our writer's block. And we don't want to be there. We just want to keep moving forward. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So I took a little bit of a break. I'm going to reset my computer back up on this bar, and then we're going to get writing again. My goal for today was something like 15 sprints, and I've only gotten 4. I don't think I'm going to get 10 more, but I actually wrote more faster than I thought. So 10,000 words is kind of what my goal was for the day. So I have 5,201 left to go. So let's see if I can do that before I crash tonight. One way or another, it's good progress, and I'm going to celebrate it. I did it. Okay, one more sprint. I went a little bit over time again just because it was flowing. 12:07, which brings me to a total of 11,021 for the night and just over 53 or 58,000 in my manuscript, which feels really good. There's a lot more to go, but it's moving and grooving. But 11,000 today is going to bring me to over 20,000 so far in Nano. Actually, let's put it in and see, but I should be able to open this now. Ooh, look at that graph. That is looking really good right now. So I'm at 21,866 for Nano. Whew, that feels good. Everything's kind of a mess right here. And I know this lighting is not perfect, but it's what we got here. All I have is this kind of bar of lights, then one light back there. So it's all kind of soft lighting, but let's open this up and see what I got. So I'll put this one right here. It's always possible with these blind boxes that you'll get the same thing again. Oh, look, we did. We got Bats Maru with the little, oh my gosh, he's wearing like a little Hello Kitty Tokidoki bow, and he has like little heart and stars with them. He looks so pleased. Oh my goodness. I love it. So cute. So next, see if we can earn that third one before I go home on Wednesday. I'm sure I'm looking good. It's late at night, but I'm having fun. That's the good part. So it is 20 minutes until midnight, and I feel like even if I go till 2 a.m. or something, I could still count it as today words, but either way, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna try to finish up this scene, and then I'm gonna see how I feel. I feel like I could keep going and I'm in a groove, but at the same time, I don't want to push myself and stay up too late, because then I might not have as good of a day yesterday. But the fact that I didn't start writing today till 2 and I've already written 11,000 words is very exciting. So I'm going to do at least one more. So I've gotten 10 sprints in today, but I honestly cannot believe I've written 11,000 words in only 9 sprints. That it might be a record for me. So it's been a long time coming, but here we are. All right, one more sprint at least. Let's see where we end up. Okay, I think that's a wrap on night number 2. I ended up just getting one more sprint for 7:07, but I think the adrenaline has passed. Also, I did finish that scene, so I think it's a good place to stop so that I can get up and have a really great day tomorrow. So here's my final result. 10 sprints total with a total for the day of 11,728. And I'm ending my manuscript with a total of 58,740. And I happily discovered that inside these little boxes, there's stickers. That's not like common for these blind boxes to have little stickers. So it's pretty exciting. But I think I'm going to clean up a little bit. I haven't done any dishes, so I'm going to do that real quick. And then I'm going to go read probably for half an hour or so and try to settle my brain and get some sleep. And I will check in with you all tomorrow. Good morning / noon. Good noon. That's not a saying. But anyway, it is Tuesday, November 7th. 1 week. We have finished our first week of NaNoWRIMO, and I am sitting at over 20,000 words written. So I have my 2 little rewards here. I have a third ready to go just in case. And honestly, when I packed this, I had a little bit of doubt, like you're not going to get to 30,000 words this week. But like after writing almost 12,000 words yesterday, I feel like I'm going to do it. And if I wanted to manifest one of these, I would say the little Kuromi or the Kuropi. Those are my 2 that I wish I could have. So let's hope she's in there. We'll see. It'll be fun to open that later. I'm getting an earlier start today than I did yesterday, so that feels really good. My update is up there for you on YouTube. I have been keeping track of my word count here in my little notebook, so I'm just going to continue on with updates today here and on the wall when I get home. But this condo that I am in is not only within walking distance to all the Magnolia stuff, it also has nearby a little bookstore called Fabled Bookstore or Fabled Bookshop and Cafe, something like that. And supposedly it's a super cute little place. Not only is it a bookstore, but it is also a coffee shop and a place that you can go and sit. And so I'm hoping to go find a nice place to sit down and write. I just finished a nice lunch here, cooked for myself, and so I'm ready to go, and I feel fueled up. I feel rested. I feel excited for the day. And I think, after this journey of really trying to rediscover my true joy of writing, this is the perfect way to sort of end the year, is just immersing myself in this particular story and allowing myself this fun time to just enjoy it and have fun with it. So a little bit of self-doubt that popped up yesterday. I had to keep checking my own, mental health, my own negative thoughts, kept reframing myself. And then today I have felt just really great. So I'm hoping that continues. So I'm going to pack up everything and I'm going to head over to Fabled Bookshop. And I'm hoping for at least 10 sprints today. Yesterday I kind of aimed high and thought I might do 15, but maybe I don't need 15 to hit 10,000 words or more. So my mini goal is 10 sprints, 10,000 words. If it's really flowing and I'm doing a great job and sticking with it, I will go for as long as feels good to me. And then maybe I'll reward myself with a movie or something tonight and some popcorn or something like that. And it'll just be super fun. So let's go. Okay, I am home from the bookstore. I stayed there as long as I possibly could until I was like, okay, I have to go eat now. That was such a vibey place. I definitely wish that I lived here in Waco or closer so that I could be there once a week. I would totally be there. But sadly, it is not true, but it did awaken dreams in me that I held for many years of owning a bookshop cafe with an entire room or a second floor of just nothing but notebooks and stationery. It's like a dream. I need to start thinking of what I would call this because I'm going to make it happen someday. But anyway, I ended up writing. My first sprint was my lowest one at 771, and that's like above my average for normal life. And my final sprint was 1,866 words, and I did that in 25 minutes. And that may be one of my all-time highest sprints ever. And I think that it was because I had this really fun scene between Vanessa's brother and Lorelai. And it was just like the words were coming out and I was just typing furiously. And I noticed the girl next to me kept kind of looking because I was probably just like, it was flowing out of me. And it was so much fun. I just live for those moments and I'm like, okay, let's see if we can keep going. But I feel so happy to have even had those moments. But I wrote 6 sprints and I wrote 7,023 words, which brought me up to just over 65,000 in my manuscript. Just dropped my stickers. I also spent entirely too much money getting books for the kids and for myself. I did not get George anything. And now I'm realizing that. I also got this sweatshirt that says "Here to drive the plot." I mean, I don't know if I can show you if it'll show, but it just says "Here to drive the plot." And it says Fabled in Waco, Texas on the back. It is super cute. I love it. So what I'm going to do now, well, actually it's been a while. It's 8:10 now. And I think I got back here around 6:15. So I've been here almost 2 hours. I watched an episode of Wednesday on Netflix and it was the one with the dance scene. And I was like, okay, yay, I've been waiting to see this. And I really wanted to keep watching, but I was like, okay, you can watch when you go home. But I also sat down and did a little bit of hand journaling just to kind of get my eyes off the screen. I ate 2 hamburgers. Yeah, I was hungry and I need to put my word count up on the board, and then I'm going to try to write for the next 4 hours. And I just got a notification on YouTube that Rhiannon is live. So I'm going to go join her. And honestly, at this point, I feel like everything is cherry on top. But if I can get 3,000 more words, I don't actually know what my total nano word count is. I might be a little bit over 20K. So I might only need 2,000 words, but I get to open my 30K reward. It's wild to me that we're on November 7th and I'm about to hit 30K. And I know it's only because of where I was in this story. So it's exciting and fun. So I'm going to keep going. Let's do this. Oh my gosh. I just put in my 7,000 words into the Nano site and I am at 29,596. So just one more sprint and I've got my 30K. So that makes me feel a little bit motivated here. Now I'm in the sprints with Rhiannon and I've got my chat kind of popped out to the side so I can make sure to see what other people are saying so I can hang out for a bit. I think I'm going to put my music on as well. So I need to find my headphones and then I'm ready to roll. Okay, so I got 424 that sprint because it was a partial sprint. And when I put it into Nano, look, oh look. Okay, I'm at 8,114 for the day. I got 667 that sprint. My ability to focus is being fractured. Tried dancing it up. I always feel like it's helpful to move your body when you've been sitting for a bit and try to get the energy flowing again. But I'm going to skip ahead to a different chapter that I feel more secure about because I'm not in any mental position to write a scene that feels hard right now, but I still want to try to hit 10K for the day. So I need about 1,900 words, 1,886 words to go. And I think I could do it in 2 sprints if I hit a good flow for 2 sprints. So I'm going to try. It is 10 p.m. $85.79. I'm hanging in there. So I think I closed my pages on accident. I did. So when I open up NaNoWRIMO, I'm at 31,152 for the month. I'm telling you, there's just a part of me that's like, why can't I do this all the time? But instead of doing that, which is my natural tendency to like go to the negative, I am going to switch that up and be like, how freaking cool is it that I did that this month? And thank you to my brain for hanging in there. So I am 85.79 for the night. I have like 1,400 words ish to go to hit 10K for the day. And then I'm definitely going to be out. I might read. So I didn't show you what I got at the bookshop other than this sweatshirt, which I of course changed into. But a little quick book haul here. I got The Mermaid Moon. I got a Rifle Paper Co. 2024 monthly planner, Sunday start, as I do prefer. Look how beautiful that is. I don't know how this lighting is not great, but I also got this book, The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. I heard this was really good, and I am a horror aficionado. I've talked about this before, but my sister and I pretty much hated each other growing up. She is 5 years older than me, and we did not bond. We were not friends. And then when she went off to college, she was working at a video warehouse in Valdosta, Georgia. And when she would come home for the weekends, she would bring home VHS tapes of horror movies, and we bonded over that. Like, it changed our whole relationship. And so we watched every possible horror movie, from B movies to cult classics to like everything. And we would stay up till 4 a.m. and laugh and get scared. And so Final Girl Support Group, I'm sure she's read it. If not, I will talk to her. She reads like 60 to 80 books a year. Olivia, for my daughter. I also got her this one. It's Thanksgiving. And then for Andrew, I got Inkheart, which I've heard is really good. I also got myself Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang. I've heard this is super, super good. And then I got some Big Nate books for Andrew. So we've got Beware of the Low-Flying Corn Muffins, Release the Hounds. And then I got him the first 3 of the Max and the Midnights books, which is from the same author. He loves, so many little boys his age. Andrew's 11. Love these kind of graphic novel type mix things like Dog Man and all those kind of things. So I got him those. And then they gave me a few free bookmarks. I also got... she was like, you have spent $295. So if you spend $5 more on something, we'll give you this free tote bag. So of course I spent $11 more. There's no friend as loyal as a book. I just think that's so cute. And I got, again, I need more lighting. So I got this card because George and I will celebrate our 14th wedding anniversary coming up next month. I'd choose you again and again. I thought that was so nice. Then I got a couple of Bananimal pens. This one says Obstinate Headstrong Girl, which is something I was told so much growing up. I am a part of everything I have read, which I thought that was lovely. That was my bonus purchase. Book Nerd, Potions, Anne of Green Gables. Then, oh my gosh, I got these Analog AF Schitt's Creek pencils. I cannot. Ew, David, fold in the cheese. You get murdered first. Don't be a disgruntled pelican. Anyway, so funny. That's like one of my favorite series I need to rewatch. And then I did get 3 houses. So George is Ravenclaw, Andrew is Hufflepuff, and I am Gryffindor. So I got these 3. I have a feeling when Evie is old enough to take this test, she will be a Slytherin. I'm kind of surprised that George is not a Slytherin, but we're not going to go there. But I'm very happy with my book purchases and my little planner purchase. And I was thinking that maybe I would read the Final Girl support group if I get done with my words. So let's just go do that. Potentially the final sprint of my retreat. 1,400 words left to go before I get delirious. Okay, it is 11:07 and I have just crossed the 10K line. So 15:37 that sprint for a total of 10,116. I'm gonna put it on the board. So here is a look at the total word count. Every single sprint was a joy. I mean, not really, because sometimes it was hard, but it was also really fun. And it's so awesome to look and see all these thousands, 1,700, 1,800, 1,500. Most of those were ones that I went over time. It took more than just 25 minutes, but overall, my average word count, I should sit down and figure that out because I did 26 sprints, which is way less than I intended to do, but I got more word count than I thought I would. So I needed less sprints to get to this point. And I do need to put all this in my word count tracker when I go home, but let's do the final total. I need a calculator for that. Okay. Thanks to my lovely phone calculator, I did 27,065 words in 3 days, 2.5 days, which brought me to an average of 1,041 words per sprint. So a little over 1,000 consistently on average for 26 straight sprints, which is something to really be proud of, not something to compare yourself to. Ooh, when that air goes off, it gets a lot quieter in here. Please don't compare yourself to this because this is not sustainable pace for me. It's a retreat pace, and this is my style of writing, is binge writing. Oh my gosh, it feels so good just to know that I didn't let myself down. Like, I could have gotten far less words and still felt like I didn't let myself down, but it was just the fact that I didn't let self-sabotage and doubt win me over. I didn't give up at any point. I didn't allow myself to think I was too tired when I knew I wasn't, like any of those sabotage things, but I did listen to my body. I took breaks when I needed to. I moved my body. I used to bring a lot of junk food with me. Like years ago, I would bring tons of Red Bulls and junk food and cigarettes and all kinds of things with me to stay awake, thinking that the Red Bulls and sugary things were helping me, but it actually gave me a lot of brain fog and usually left me feeling really sick afterward. So I would really torture my body to just get as many words as possible, a decade ago. And, 6 or 7 years ago, I cut all that out and started bringing only healthy foods and drinking lots of water and, limiting even my caffeine intake. And that actually helped a lot because instead of trying to juice myself up and then crashing, I had consistent energy. And I've also still managed to get a good night's sleep and everything. And I still want to do that tonight. So I am watching episode 5 of Wednesday, and then I'm going to read maybe a couple chapters of the Final Girl Support Club or support group. Thanks for being part of this journey, and I hope your writing is going well, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, no time to chat. I am running late. Look how tired my eyes look. Definitely ready for seeing my family, getting out of here. But it's 10:45. I have 15 minutes to check out. What a great retreat. Just gonna soak in the gratitude for a minute. Okay, let's go. Okay, I did some shopping. I got a bunch of cupcakes to take home to the kids. I got some stuff for the house. It is super windy out there, so my hair is like super windblown. But I am leaving so happy, really proud of myself, so incredibly to my core grateful for this community and all the support that you have shown me, cheering me on, having my back, like just being part of the journey, be a witness to the journey, listening to what I have to say when I'm rambling. Like, I just love y'all. I appreciate you allowing me this platform to share my journey, to share my heart. I hope you know that it's all in service to making sure that anyone on this journey with me knows you are not alone. You have talent, you have something inside you, a story inside you, a talent inside you, a drive inside you that the world needs. And all that I do on this channel, I hope you feel, is to help you pull that story out of you, to help you know that you're not alone on the journey, and to hopefully inspire and commiserate and love each other and cheer each other on. So I'm gonna head home, see my kiddos, hang out, and listen to some true crime on the way home. And it's just joy all the way around. And I don't want to cry, but I feel a little bit teary as I say this. It has been quite the journey back. It's not a Sarra Cannon vlog if I'm not crying at least once during NaNoWRIMO. The journey back to joy has not been easy or seamless, but I feel like I'm here. I have arrived back. So if you've been searching again for your self-belief, for your joy, for your purpose, it's still out there waiting for you. So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your stories or your passions. We got this. All right, man, no more crying. Let's drive. Thank you for an amazing retreat, and I will see you in the next NaNoWRIMO Diaries. Bye.
I can see you. I can see you. I can see you with my closed eyes. I can see you. I can see you. I can see